Well, I got what I wanted. I'm exhausted, but I got a good night's sleep. Camp got quiet around 8:30, 9, and I remember getting up a little after 1, but it's 6, so I pretty much slept straight through 1:30 to 6 without really remembering waking up, and that's rare anywhere in my life, never mind on trail. So time to get up, start breaking down camp, and make my way into a town. Just eat enough calories to get me down the trail to the trailhead. I bought this in Mojave, so that was like a 6.5 day carry to Kennedy Meadow South, and then 5 days to here, another half day to the trail, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how to feel if this was a ridiculous purchase or a smart bang for your buck purchase. Back on the PCT actually for point 1, and then we go down Kearsarge Pass Trail to the trailhead and start making our way into a town. So I talked to a couple of guys that are part of a group, the loud crowd that ended up camping next to me, but they shut it off at 8:30, so I can't complain. They said they got a ride. A guy is usually at the trailhead parking lot, $30 to Independence. They took the bus from Independence to Bishop, and they got a hitch from Bishop all the way back to the trailhead. So a lot of ways to go about it. And this is where I start heading to Kearsarge Pass, Onion Valley, in my way into town. Bear info. I didn't see any bears. That's my bear info, but I'm sure they're out here. So it's 3 miles to Kearsarge Pass, 7.5 miles to the parking lot. You don't get any credit for that. You kind of have to do it to go get food and rest and take care of your town chores, but 15 miles round trip. Whew. I think somebody's shaking out their ground cloth. I'm not the laziest hiker on the PCT. They might just be hiking the Kearsarge Pass Trail. I don't know. I don't recognize those tents. I don't know their story. Not the PCT, but unlike anything I've walked on so far. People breaking down camp all over this blue blaze.
was trying to focus in on him, and he ran away and took the high ground. Do you have the high ground, baby chipmunk? You underestimate my powers. So I'm a half mile from Kearsarge Pass. I don't have to go up too much, but obviously I gotta go up a little bit. And then I think I go down 2,000 feet elevation to the trailhead parking lot, so. It's a pass. I shouldn't have underestimated it, but I just didn't think too much about it. I was just worried about getting to the junction and camping and taking it from there. And so this has been kicking my butt this morning. So we're on top of Kearsarge Pass. I've been pronouncing it wrong. It's Kearsarge. I pronounce everything wrong. 11,760 feet. So we came from there. And we'll head out this way towards Onion Valley. So there's your Onion Valley, I guess. And we will have our choice of towns. So we got some hikers either hiking the loops or coming out of town, coming up at me here. I'm gonna take a break, filter some water, have some coffee, and I have about 2 hours to get down to the trailhead, and then we'll see what happens. It should be around 11 o'clock. And I could get going a little faster downhill after my second coffee of the day. All in all, though, not a bad day, and not a bad place to be with not much of a plan.
Forrester and Whitney was enough. Are you guys going all the way to Mammoth or stopping at Villa?
Yeah, I don't know if I would recommend that after walking up here with 9 days of food.
Okay, so we're making our way back down. And you can kind of see the trail laid out in front of us where it's going to switch back. Just talked to a really nice group of 3 hikers that came out of town. They gave me some information, more of the same that I got from the other group last night, but it's always nice to get more information and just know that you got a lot of options. It sounds really easy to get into Independence, and then from Independence you can make your way to Bishop. So it's just one road into Independence, so people know where you're going, and it sounds easy to get a ride. And then a little bit more challenging to get in and out of Bishop, but there's a bus, so we'll see. A lot of people have the same concerns. Getting in sounds easy, and getting out is more of a challenge. And there's actually a hostel in Bishop, the Hostel California, so it just reminds me of the Eagles song. So I passed about 4 or 5 hikers on their way up, and it does seem to be a fellowship of the miserable with a heavy food carry if they're going to Mammoth, coming out of town with a much heavier pack regarding food. I can't look that far into the future. It's just something you gotta do. It's only 7.5 miles, I guess. I think I've carried heavier packs for longer, but you know, we'll see. I don't remember checking. Yeah, I do remember checking. It's about 2,000 feet elevation gain, so maybe that's the most I would have done on this adventure with a heavy pack. so I could throw rocks at the parking lot if I wanted to. There is a convoy of people going up, some just hiking for the day, or some through hikers going back on trail. And there's a convoy of us coming down. I'm not the last one coming down the mountain, but I'm at the back of the pack. I called one place in Independence, and they want $140 a night after taxes. I called another place in Independence, and they didn't answer the phone. They direct you to their website. But according to Far Out, which is often outdated, they want $145 a night. So I don't know if there's a place, somebody might have told me, or there might have been a comment on Far Out, that it was like $90 a night in Bishop. But I don't know that for a fact. A lot of times I show up there and they're like 125, but they don't have a number listed on Far Out. So maybe I'd have to Google it if I still have service, or just walk in. That can't be the trail. I'm getting sidetracked here. But anyway, it's getting crunch time, trying to figure out where I'm going to go. I won't make a reservation. I don't even know what town I'm going to go to. Just going to try to get a ride into Bishop, at least get a ride into Independence, and then maybe take the bus to Bishop. I just haven't figured out, I mean, as far as the trekking pole goes, I can live with a walking stick. Even setting up my tent, it's been fine for 2 nights with 2 different sticks. It's my shoes that are a question. I can talk to them, but they don't talk back, so I'd love to ask them, can you make it to Mammoth? I think they can. I might just need to load up on duct tape in case I'm wrong. But, you know, it's just a matter of, does an outfitter in Bishop have Solomons? Does an outfitter in Lone Pine have Solomons? It's unlikely. It's not likely that Mammoth would have Solomons, but I could probably have some Solomons sent to Mammoth, Amazon Prime, if somebody there would be willing to accept a package, whether it's a business or a trail angel or something. We'll figure it out. I had a nice short conversation with an older gentleman that was hiking up. Looked like he was going up there for the day or maybe an overnight, but he asked me if I was a thru hiker, and I always say I'm trying to be, no matter what trail I'm on, because you have to make it through to be a thru hiker. A lot of people just say that they are from the beginning, and that's fine if that's your goal. Nothing wrong with that approach, but I like to respect the goal a little differently and say I'm trying. And so he asked me where I was from. I told him a little bit about myself, and he could have said anything, but I think he said, "You'll be all right," and that really touched me. It meant a little something to me, so assuming that's what he said. He could have said, he said, "You'll be okay." He could have said, "You'll be dead in a day," but I don't know. Look at all these cars and vans and trucks. Who wants to bring me to Bishop? The girl I partnered up with at the trailhead to try to hitch a ride in might have just pulled off a miracle and gotten us a ride right out of the gate. So I'm going to leave this stick here. And I can't imagine anyone would come back here and take it. It's a good stick. I'm not going to take it into town though. We'll see if it's there when I come back. We'll see if I remember. And this is my new partner in crime.
Connected to like newspapers or like stories.
That makes sense.
Not just by looking at the wood. Yeah. That would be pretty cool if you did.
I can hear it now. Kirby's going to be like, shut up about Abe. He's not that great.